Welcome to the channel, a space where we dive deep into the beautiful, complex, and often unpredictable journey of life, embracing every twist and turn with open hearts and minds. And I'm truly grateful that you're here because what we're about to embark on isn't just another video. It's a shared moment between us, a conversation without filters, expectations, or flashy distractions, where we take a long, honest look at life as it unfolds around and within us, and where your presence, your time, your attention matters deeply. So wherever you are, however you're feeling, I invite you to settle in, let your shoulders relax, take a breath, and give yourself permission to just be here, right now. Because this channel isn't about rushing through content or throwing cliches at the screen, it's about connection, truth, and the quiet strength we find in the everyday experiences that shape us. You see, in a world that's constantly urging us to move faster, achieve more, be stronger, look better, or keep up with ever-changing trends and expectations, we often forget the value of simply slowing down and listening, not just to others, but to ourselves, to that quiet inner voice that remembers who we really are beneath all the noise. And sometimes, it takes years of living, struggling, succeeding, failing, loving, losing, and learning to truly begin to hear that voice again, to rediscover the depth and richness of the life we're living right now. And that's why this channel exists, not as an escape from reality, but as a return to it, a space where we allow our experiences to breathe and resonate and become something more than just fleeting memories or background noise. Because the truth is, life doesn't come with a manual or a map or a clear set of instructions that work for everyone. It's messy and nonlinear and full of contradictions, and yet, somehow, through all of it, there is this thread of meaning that we can trace when we pay attention, and often it's not in the big, dramatic moments that we find our deepest insights, but in the quiet ones, in the way someone's laughter lingers in a room after they've gone, or the feel of sunlight on your skin after days of rain, or the memory of a conversation that changed you in ways you didn't even realize at the time, or the unexpected clarity that comes from sitting alone with your thoughts without trying to fix or change them. And maybe you've reached a point in your life where you're starting to see things differently. Not just because time has passed, but because you've earned a kind of perspective that only comes from living through things, from making mistakes and choosing differently the next time, from opening your heart and getting hurt and opening it again anyway, from realizing that happiness isn't something you chase, but something you create in small, consistent ways. And maybe you're starting to understand that there's no final destination where everything suddenly makes sense, no perfect moment, when all the pieces fall into place and stay there forever, but instead, there's an ongoing process of unfolding, of letting go, of becoming more fully yourself. And perhaps what we're really looking for, beneath all our goals and ambitions and to-do lists, is the feeling of being known, seen, understood, not just by others but by ourselves. And so here we are, creating this space together. And I hope that as we sit in this virtual circle of shared stories, quiet reflections, and honest truths, you begin to feel that sense of belonging that so often escapes us in the busyness of everyday life. Because the truth is, no matter how different our circumstances may be, we're all grappling with similar questions about purpose, identity, aging, meaning, change, connection, healing, and maybe what we need more than anything isn't more advice or answers, but the courage to ask those questions out loud, to let them echo in the company of others who are asking too, to recognize that it's okay not to have everything figured out, and that there's wisdom and strength in simply showing up, again and again, with curiosity and openness in heart. And perhaps as we talk and listen and reflect together, we'll discover that some of the most powerful transformations happen not when we're trying to change ourselves, but when we finally allow ourselves to be as we are, without apology or performance. And I know that might sound simple, but if you've ever tried it, you know how radical it can be too. Just be yourself, fully and without judgment, especially in a world that's constantly telling you to be something else. And if you've ever felt like you're too much or not enough or somehow out of place, I want you to know that you're not alone, that so many of us carry those same doubts and insecurities and fears, even if we rarely talk about them. And maybe that's part of the journey too, learning how to be gentle with ourselves, to soften the critical voices that live in our minds, to hold our pain and our joy with equal compassion, and to remember that it's never too late to begin again, to try something new, to change course, to forgive, to reach out, to let go, to open up, and in doing so, we don't erase the past or pretend the hard parts didn't happen, but we honor them as part of our story, as chapters that shaped us and taught us and made us who we are. And maybe that's one of the greatest gifts of aging. Not just the accumulation of years, but the depth of understanding that comes with them, the way we start to see patterns and connections and truths that once eluded us, the way we begin to value presence over performance, authenticity over approval, peace over perfection, and maybe you're here because something in you is shifting, because the life you built so carefully doesn't quite fit anymore, or because you're ready to explore parts of yourself you've neglected or hidden or forgotten. And if that's the case, then I want to tell you, you're exactly where you need to be, not because everything is perfect or easy, but because you're paying attention, and that awareness, that willingness to look, to question, to feel, is a powerful act of courage. And in this space, you're invited to bring all of it, the questions and doubts and dreams and wounds and hopes, because there is room here for all of you, and together, we will keep showing up, not to fix each other or offer easy answers, but to witness, to reflect, to share, and to walk beside one another. As we each find our own way forward, and as we continue in that spirit, this channel will grow not just with my voice, but with yours, with the stories you share, the thoughts you offer, the insights that rise from your own lived experience, because this isn't just about content, it's about community, and every time you watch, or comment, or sit quietly taking it in, you are part of something meaningful, something alive, something that honors the deep truth that even in our most isolated moments, we are never truly alone. And if that resonates with you, then I invite you to keep coming back, to take what you need, to leave what doesn't fit, to trust your instincts, and to know that no matter where you are on your journey, whether you're just beginning or somewhere in the middle or feeling lost or hopeful or tired or inspired, this is your space too, and there is no right or wrong way to be here, only the invitation to be real, to be open, to be human, and if nothing else, I hope you leave today feeling a little more connected, a little more seen, a little more at home in your own life, because that, more than anything, is what we're here to cultivate together, a deeper sense of home, not as a physical place, but as a way of being, a grounding within ourselves, a sense of wholeness that isn't dependent on circumstances or achievements but rooted in presence, honesty, and love. And with that, I thank you for being here, for listening, for sharing this moment, and for bringing your full, beautiful self into this space. We'll continue walking forward together, one story, one breath, one honest conversation at a time.